So guys, we got an interesting one for you today. We're going to be talking about the Switch 2 again because there's some new images released about the Switch 2. And I don't know if you guys have seen this or not, but this is coming out of China from a YouTuber content creator named Lao Ren, and he has made up a 3D image, or a 3D model, I should say, of the Switch 2. And I'm going to show you guys that here in just a second, but it's interesting because this looks just like the images that were released yesterday on 9/19/2024, that it blew up the internet. They were going around everywhere. Of the new images showed the new Joy-Con 2.0, or whatever you want to call them, the screen size. There was also leaked information about what's going to be inside the Switch 2. It's going to be a more powerful Switch, but it pretty much, to me, looks just like a Switch OLED, or the original Switch. Well, no, it looks like a Switch OLED, but it's just bigger. It's just in a bigger OLED to me, without the OLED screen, because supposedly it's going to be LCD. So here are the images coming out of China from this content creator named Lao Ren, and I'll show you guys right here. This, like I said, looks just like a Switch OLED, but just a tad bit bigger. As you can see, the bumpers on the left and right curve over the Joy-Con a little bit more, just like in those 3D rendered images that we saw yesterday. Also, there is an extra button right there. So, since he had created this model, we can kind of get an idea of what we might get that Nintendo would release. And you can see the size comparison. I mean, it's a big boy, because the Switch OLED is a big handheld. Especially from Nintendo, it's a pretty big handheld. Here is another image of it next to the PlayStation Portal, and you can see here the screen size comparison. They both have the 8-inch screen, and I think they're the same exact screen. I have never used a PlayStation Portal. I have no need for that. I like to play my PlayStation 5 on a computer monitor. But anyway, this is a size comparison with the screen. So yeah, it's a pretty good size screen, really, if you think about it. And then here's another image of it next to the Switch OLED, but just a different angle. It looks like the Joy-Cons are a little bit fatter, so it looks like the system might be a little bit thicker, which, it'll be a little bit more comfortable to hold. Not saying it's going to be that much better to hold, but a little bit more comfortable. I'm still not liking the layout of the buttons and the thumbsticks, because I've been playing my Switch for the last 7 years. I got it on launch day, and in handheld mode, it was just really uncomfortable at first. Until that Satisfy grip came out, it was super uncomfortable to hold. And I really liked having the grip on there, because it just totally changed the game. So I really hope that this is not the layout of the buttons, but I don't know. A lot of people are saying in my last video that they don't mind the Joy-Cons, that they totally love them, and like all this stuff, like, they don't mind the layout. To me, I have bigger hands. I can't stand them. I have to have a grip on there, or I just play it docked. But here is another image of this Switch 2 3D model next to a Steam Deck. Now, the Steam Deck is much larger in size. So, I own a Steam Deck. I own the Steam Deck OLED. I love that thing. I think it's super comfortable to hold. And yes, it is bigger. But that's a lot of these PC gaming handhelds, they are bigger. There is more power in this. And this is kind of where I wanted to get into it, guys, is comparison to what we got leaked yesterday and what we already have on the market, especially with, like you're seeing right here, the Steam Deck. Okay, now the Steam Deck, the Legion Go, and the Asus ROG Ally, they are all more powerful than supposed Switch 2 will be. So are we really getting a next generation console from Nintendo? Yes, Nintendo doesn't come out of the gate with the most powerful console. We know that, from the GameCube to the Wii U to, I don't know, the N64, I guess. I don't know. The N64 was pretty amazing, in my opinion. It definitely was more powerful than a PlayStation or a Sega Saturn back in the day. But Nintendo's history is that they're not there to compete in overall power. They're to compete in fun. And their IPs are like nothing else. You can't get them on any other console, right? You don't get The Legend of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom on any console, or Super Mario Odyssey or Smash Bros. On any other console. You can only get it on Nintendo consoles. So this is where I'm kind of having a difficult time believing in any of these leaked images. Now, I wouldn't mind it. And look, I like playing my Nintendo Switch. I've been playing my Nintendo Switch since the darn thing launched. I mean, probably every single day. But is Nintendo going to go with what's comfortable, I guess, I mean, everybody loves their Nintendo Switch, right? It's been one of the number one consoles sold of all time, besides the PlayStation 2. So, I mean, it makes sense. Go with what's working. Go with what's working, right? But Nintendo's not known for that, because when they've tried that in the past, besides with the NES to the Super Nintendo, it's failed. And I don't think Nintendo is going to release a next-gen console that is pretty much the same one we have now, just with more juice and bigger. That would be a Switch XL. That would be a Switch XL. And that's kind of what I'm thinking. If these rumors are correct about these 3D printed images, these 3D printed models, and it's just a bigger Switch, then it's just an XL. It's not really a next generation Nintendo Switch. It's just an XL, right? But then that means it's still in the family of Nintendo Switch. That was pretty smart, really, if you think about it. Because all we really want from a Nintendo Switch is more power, right? I mean, a lot of people don't mind the Joy-Cons. They don't mind playing in handheld mode with the Joy-Cons. They don't mind it. Me, on the other hand, I have bigger hands. I like a grip. But like I said, I like playing my Switch. I'll play the new one with a grip on it all the time because I want to play the new Marios, the new Zeldas, the new Metroid Prime 4 on a Switch XL, Switch 2, whatever they're going to call it. Bring it on. I love Nintendo IPs. I'm a Nintendo fan through and through. But honestly, it's just not like Nintendo to do that. But maybe it is time for them to do that now. I don't know. I hope that with the new Switch 2, the new XL, we do get better ergonomics. I do, with the Joy-Cons. I want a more comfortable play session and not have to buy all these grips, I don't mind buying a grip, but if you're going to pay $400 for a console and then have a grip as well, that's another $50 on top of that's $450. I mean, I hope that Nintendo is really looking at the PC handheld market and is going to, take that into consideration with ergonomics with the next Nintendo console. And if they do stick with what's working, fine. I do want a bigger screen. I do want more juice in my Nintendo Switch. But I don't know, guys. I'm just kind of on the fence about all these leaks and rumors about this being the next Switch. It just looks like a bigger Switch. It doesn't look like a Switch 2, or it doesn't look like a next generation Nintendo console to me. And like I said, I've been around since the NES, SNES. I mean, I've had them all. So I don't know, guys. I'm still on the fence about this stuff. And like I said, I will buy it. I will play it all the time, but can you call it a next gen Nintendo console if it's not more powerful than a Steam Deck OLED? Because the Steam Deck, supposedly it's not more powerful than an OLED. Than a Steam Deck. It's not more powerful than a Steam Deck. So what are we talking here? Because the Steam Deck Steam Deck has been out for quite some time. It's the technology in that is old news now. Valve's probably going to announce the Steam Deck 2 here really soon. So, and you got the Legion Go and you got the Asus ROG Ally on the market, and those are way more powerful. And they're more powerful than a Steam Deck. So, is it a next-gen Nintendo console? I don't know, guys. I'm still on the fence about it, and you can see my points there. It's just a bigger Switch than what we have with a little bit more juice. It just sounds like to me they're going to keep it within the family, give people what they want, and this is kind of, it's like almost like a really long mid-range refresh. And I know that's crazy because it's already been 7 years, but that's what it looks like to me if these images are accurate. And don't get me wrong, like I said, I will enjoy it. I will buy one. I will play it. I will play the new Metroid Prime 4 and the new Mario Odyssey 2, whatever. The new Tears of the Kingdom. I will play all those. And I will play the ones that I already have in my library if they run at better frame rates. I will replay some of those games. Don't get it twisted, man. I will, for sure. And I'm a Switch fan through and through. But I just don't think that these images or leaks really mean that much. Let's not forget what happened when the NX was being leaked out there before. There was all kinds of weird images out there, so let's not forget about that. Anyways, guys, I'm done rambling about the new Switch console that's coming out, or the new Nintendo console that's on its way out here really soon. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel if you're new. Bye.